know and for you to find out. Nebuchadnezzar, as you take watch and the rest of your compatriots slowly drift off into sleep, I want you to make the first of a few perception checks, please.
All right.
As you keep watch.
All right. The first one I got was a 11.
11.
11.
Okay. About an hour and a half or so after the last of the voices from the camp below you fade off into sleep and slumber, you're sitting there on the branch looking around. You can hear the rain hitting the canopy above you. For the most part, none of it is actually filtering all the way down to where you are. It's truly a dense layer between where you are and the sky that the Mirkwood creates. You still hear the thunder. You still hear the rain. You're not really being affected by either of those, but you're trying to keep an eye out. It's really, really dark, almost unnaturally dark. Thankfully, you're pretty good at seeing in the dark. You notice a little bit towards the road where you came from, a scuttling of some kind of creature going from east to west across the road. You can't quite make out what it is. It's about 100 feet away, so it's a little bit outside of your overall dark vision. Because of your dark vision, you can at least see that far, but you can't quite make out the details, but there's something scuttling around.
All right. I'm not gonna do anything yet, so just keep on doing watch. Yeah, okay. But what I have ready to throw is I do have my two hand axes that are kind of like nearby me, just so you know that if I need to throw them, I can.
Okay.
Do I see something?
That's right. I guess you are conscious and your eyes are open. That's the weirdest sleep I've ever heard of.
It's like Gandalf.
We'll say this is more of a passive perception for you, which you actually have the highest with a 15. I would say that you don't see anything in the direction that you're looking, but you do hear just a little, almost like of something scuttling near the road.
Okay. Do I know how far it is, just by the sound of it?
Yeah, you can tell that it's basically exactly where the road is, so it's about 100 feet away or so.
Okay. How many hours have passed?
Almost 2.
Almost 2. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Famous last words.
All right. Make a stealth check for me.
What?
Yes. You want to see what it is, right? So I mean, you don't have to stealth if you don't want to. It's up to you.
No, I do want to. By the way, I have advantage. In the
All right. There you go. Roll with advantage.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going to be it. Oh, that wasn't way. All right. I got a 14.
Okay, 14.
Yeah.
That's not bad, man. You're level 1. 14 isn't bad.
Yeah, but the last one was a 5, so yeah.
Yay, advantage. All right. So you slowly make your way towards the road. There's a kind of a path between the road and where you guys pulled off, just kind of things kind of crushed down by the horses in the wagon. You think to yourself for a moment, even if it's a little bit noisier, I should probably not stick to the open path and try and conceal myself visually. So that's what you do. You snake around outside. You snake around outside of the path that's kind of been carved out by the wagons and the horses. you get a better look at the back of a creature that now that you've made it to about the road, looking ahead, you see what appears to be the back of two rather large spiders about 30 feet away from you. They've stopped where they are, but they're facing away from you.
Okay. Are they moving away from us? Or are they moving towards us?
They moved. So if you guys are here and this is the road, they went from here to there, and then you came around to here, and now you're seeing them over there. They were going that way, but they've stopped on the road.
Okay, let's wait 5 more seconds. See what happens.
All right.
And by the way, the dwarf hasn't seen any of this, right?
No, he saw something kind of walk by the road, but no, he would have seen you because his active perception would have beat your stealth check, so he would have saw you go that way.
Okay. So I guess Nebuchadnezzar, what you doing, bro?
I'm just gonna stay watch. I mean, at this point, these guys are not a threat, so I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna make any noise. So
You lose sight of Etrahel by the time
Yeah.
you get to about the road.
and you are out of my throwing range, by the way, Gabe. So just like know that I cannot give you a like hand when you're over there.
Okay. I thought you were like it was a threat or something.
You wait a few more seconds and you just kind of hunker down, waiting to see what the spiders do. A few seconds pass and they turn around and they start coming back towards you.
Okay. Am I able to move silently away from the road with my stealth?
It would be another stealth check, and that would determine whether or not you're able to move silently away from the road. So you can do that, or you could stay where you are, and I would say the only way you would maintain advantage on your stealth check is if you stay where you are. But you can lose advantage and try and move away.
All right. Then I'm gonna stay where I am. How much health did I recover?
Let's have you roll your hit die. So you're going to roll that, and you're going to add your Constitution modifier.
Oh wait, my hit guy. That's not it. It's this one. Okay, and Constitution modifier.
I'm guessing your
That would
con is +1?
3.
+3. Okay, so a D8 +3. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's not a saving throw. So yeah, +1.
Okay, so your hit die is a D10.
I was throwing a D8. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. I thought your con was a +1, so roll a D10 and add 1. Yep.
Woo! 9.
9. Okay,
Wow.
nice. You recover 9 hit points. Very cool. All right. Yeah. So
yes, I'm saying
9
no.
hit points.
I
All
was
right.
like,
So go ahead and do your stealth check with advantage.
I thought it was like I already had one. Okay, that's fine. All right. Let's try again.
Stress.
All right, that's a 10.
Okay.
Oh no!
Should
So
have stayed in bed, my friend. Should have stayed in bed.
you hunker down. You try and make yourself blend in with the grass and the dirt. Oh man!
But just like that, like his face is like sticking out. It's like he's like hunkered down, but his face is like clearly visible.
If anyone's listening to the audio version, Gabe just keeps putting on these virtual backgrounds, so it's cracking us up.
Currently, there is a ghost-like face hovering in front of a yard, basically. Okay,
The gnome.
that's a lot better. Okay, so I think I need to like ban virtual backgrounds from now on. All right. So you try and blend in with the foliage and the shrubbery around yourself. The spiders, two of them, make their way back towards the path where you are hiding. They get about 10 feet away. They stop. They kind of skitter a little bit this direction. They look a little bit over there. Every time they move, you hear their little legs going, and you're just trying to stay as still as possible. And then you get this itch on your back in between your shoulder blades, and it's really, really bad. You're trying not to scratch it. But there comes a point you just can't help it, and you just kind of reach back, and you almost imperceptibly loud. That's how quiet it is. Not loud, imperceptibly quiet. The spiders turn and look in your general direction, not necessarily at you, and then they disappear down the path, heading back east the way that they originally came, until you no longer see them. It's the most ridiculous thing.
It's really
that's
ridiculous.
It's great.
So I slowly stand up from the foliage. That way I go back to wait. Ugh. And then I start moving back towards the place where the dwarf was, the Nebuchadnezzar was, and then I go to him and I ask him, like, did you see anything? Have you seen anything, young lad?
I go, shh. We don't know what can be out there. You need to keep your voice down and stay back in camp. Too many things out here, and if you get your head torn off, who the heck is going to guide us through?
I say, fair enough, and I go back to sleep.
Because it's like...
By the way,
just does the eyes.
Okay.
The weirdest elf ever.
His like head's like still looking at me. I'm like looking at him. He's like looking at me, but he's like, I don't know. He's asleep. Just like slowly turn away. Just.
Okay. So as hell, you go back to bed.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have too many people skills, so yeah.
That's fair. Nebuchadnezzar, your second and final check for the night, please. Perception.
Oh, nice. I got a good old 3.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is great, man. I mean, this has been a simple wash. There's been no issues. I ain't seeing nothing seeing me. Just kind of like leaning back on the branch, like my legs kind of crossed, just kind of enjoying the night. Yeah, I'm just having a good old time. My guy is ready to. Oh well, actually, what my thing is he has a very long braided beard. The beard, there's a bunch of silver ringlets. So he's actually spent time actually clean those and get all the mud and all that kind of stuff. He's kind of grooming himself.
Like a cat.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
With my 3.
Yeah. You spend the next couple hours meticulously cleaning out your dwarven beard that you are exceedingly proud of. No, don't notice anything out of the ordinary. The 2 hours comes and goes, and you pat yourself on the back for a good watch. Camp wasn't attacked. You must have done a good job.
Yep.
You shimmy down the tree. Go ahead and make another athletics check.
Quietly shimmy and very slow. Just FYI to you, John.
Yeah.
And I got a nat 1. Remember, quietly and slow was the goal.
And a dwarf just falls out.
Just screaming.
You let out a yawn as you finish the last part of cleaning your braided beard. beautiful shine and reflection in some of those metal pieces holding your beard together. You're very proud of it, and you go to shimmy down the beard, and as you do,
Shimmy down the beard.
shimmy down the tree.
Rapunzel, let down your beard.
And as you do, remember I mentioned that the trees in this area, the branches are more like several smaller branches that kind of weave and twist together. You slide off the branch that you're on, you kind of bear hug the tree and like slowly start moving down. What you don't realize is that about halfway up your beard, where one of those metal braids are, has gotten wedged inside of a knot on the side of the tree. And you kind of shimmy down, you feel something tug at your face, and for a second you think that like an insect has gotten into your beard, and so you take one hand and you start swatting at it. But when you do that, you actually lose your grip on the other side and you fall, and you let out a little yelp, thinking, "Oh God, this is how I die." But instead, the yelp turns into just a searing pain on your entire face, as you are now hanging by your beard from the branch that you were previously sitting on. Edrahel, you hear...
He's still looking up at me asleep. It's just like...
You hear the yelp. As a matter of fact, Cyrell, you do as well. It wakes you up as you hear from somewhere high above your ground where you're sleeping, Cyrell. You hear a... Edrahel, you were about to wake up anyway to take over watch, and you look above and you see about 15 feet above you, Nebuchadnezzar hanging by his beard, almost stunned by pain and panic.
In one quick motion, as I hear the yelp, Cyril wakes up, he grabs his sword, unsheaths it, ready to attack until he sees...
I thought you were going to cut his beard off.
That could be an option.
So you come out of the covering that the three of you plus Wilhelm, so the four of you were in. You go outside where Edrahel is, and you just see him staring up at the tree, and you look up there and you see Nebuchadnezzar hanging by his beard, kind of like twitching and trying to like figure it out.
And in that time, since I was looking straight at him while I was like that, I just started like having this smirk on my face.
So I'm just gonna, in my mind or in my guy's mind, his beard matters more to him than the fall damage. So he goes, "Catch me," and then he yanks up on the beard so it does not tear the thing out, and then just free falls back. And he just hopes that there'll be someone to catch him. He doesn't. He never checks. He just kind of just does it. It's just one of those things where it's just like pulling off the bandage, you know. So he
just for fun for me, instead of me doing it, I just want you to roll a d20.
All right. I got a 6.
Okay. Edrahel, Cyrell, which of you or both of you are going to try and attempt to catch him?
Catch me!
How tall was he? Like hanging?
He was about 15 feet up, but he's only himself about 3.5 feet tall.
Well, I'm like actually 4'6" for the dwarf, so I'm actually a pretty tall dwarf. Yeah.
Okay, so you're actually a really tall dwarf. Okay, so he's 4.5 feet tall, and he's about 15 feet up.
Well, it's because I've heard that actually smaller creatures, they don't hurt as much when they're falling. So
if he has like a nice dwarven exoskeleton, like an ant, yeah.
Do I want to?
While you're figuring that out, Cyril doesn't know what's going on. He just sees a dwarf falling. He drops his weapons and like just opens his arms.
Okay, well I'm glad you dropped your sword. Edrahel, are you going to kind of put your hands up as well, or are you going to back up?
I am checking that. How much time do I have?
Like 1 second.
You have, from the time that he says catch me to when he starts falling, I'd say you've got about 1.5 seconds to process what just happened. So like really snappy, what are you doing?
How heavy is he?
I'm not gonna say it, man. You just let it choose, either move or catch, bro.
That's not gentleman. That's not what a gentleman asks. Oh, bro. I was trying to devise a plan, but in a second it's kind of hard.
In this moment, would your character's instinct be to try and catch the person or dive out of the way?
Well, I think that he spends so much time trying to think that I'm already down. I'm already down at this point.
It's about to turn into that. I'm just trying to give Gabe one last chance.
I don't think that we should give any chances. Either he's in or he's out at this point, man.
But I have a great cloak, so at least I put it like I take it off me as fast as I can, and I put it where I see that he's gonna fall.
So Nebuchadnezzar, you say, "Catch me." You manage to pry your beard and the clasp that was stuck inside the tree free. You start to fall. Cyrell, I need you to make. I mean, we're just going to call this a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Saving
Save me.
I'm okay with that.
Cyrell.
Nebuchadnezzar, do you actually have your weight determined? Is it on your character sheet? Can you tell me what it is?
It is only 140.
Okay, so you're a medium.
Surprisingly, these like
still,
dwarfs
right?
did like not weigh a whole lot when I did the stats for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you're a medium-sized creature.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not small. Haley, are hobbits small? Haley?
Hobbits are small, yeah.
Okay, cool. What'd you get there, Cyrell?
Yep. Got a 16.
16. Okay.
Come
Cyrell,
to
you
daddy.
reach your arms up with Nebuchadnezzar now falling towards you. And you react just enough time to kind of like take another couple steps forward. He kind of shifted his trajectory by prying the beard free. And he started kind of to swing when he let go. But you're able to take a couple steps forward, and as he falls into your arms, he takes both of you down to the ground. But you arrest his fall enough that he is going to, instead of taking 2d6 of falling damage based on his height, he'll take 1, and hopefully still live. He takes, really lucky, I rolled a 1 on a d6. You take 1d6 Nebuchadnezzar of bludgeoning damage. Technically falling damage, same thing. As Cyrell, you catch him, and he brings you down to the ground, and you don't take any damage. However, you look over, and Edrahel is halfway through taking his cloak off, and you have no idea why.
You guys got 5 seconds to explain what just happened.
I just keep getting my cloak off, and I go to the dwarf, and it's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
I just look at him and I just kind of growl and I say, "My shift is over up the tree." And then I just kind of stomp off and I'm kind of cleaning my beard out again. It's been like an hour and a half cleaning this dang beard.
The weirdest adventure ever.
You did a good job, and I pat him on the back.
Okay.
You have to like
I
bend
just
over to
walks
reach his
on.
back, but yeah.
Walks on.
All right, Edrel, are you going to take watch up in the tree on ground level? Where are you going to watch from?
So I'm wondering that I still have 1 more hit point to go, but in the time that it took me to rest before Nebuchadnezzar fall, I got it back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you were able to complete your long rest.
All right, that's wonderful. Yes, I am gonna. So where I asked Nebuchadnezzar, like, what could you see? What could you see from up there? You know, were you able to look at the road? You told me before that you didn't see what was going on the road with the spiders. I was able to see them, so since Cyrell and Nebuchadnezzar are up, I tell them, okay, this is what I saw. This is what happened. This is not. Didn't used to be common around these areas. So I asked Nebuchadnezzar, what were you able to see from up there?
So as you were explaining everything, my guy's like laying out his bedroll. He's getting all comfy. And by the time that you decide to ask him the question, then he's already turned over and gone to sleep.
Fine. Okay.
Mad, by the way.
All right. I'm going to go up the tree too.
Okay. All right. So because you're elvish nature, you're not Legolas, but you're a little bit more spry than a dwarf. You can make an athletics or an acrobatics check, whichever you choose.
Athletics.
You muscle your way up the tree.
All right, that's a 17.
Hey, it's not a natural 1.
Yeah. Right.
So with a 17, I really need a dice tray for this desk. I keep dropping everything. Anyway, with a 17, you're able to climb your way up the tree. Would you like to sit on the same branch that Nebuchadnezzar went to?
Nope.
Okay.
Um,
Higher, lower, or just somewhere else on that level?
what can I see from here?
From here, you can see to the road that you guys came from. You can make out a little bit more detail than Nebuchadnezzar was able to. Looking around the campground you guys have kind of made for yourself, you have a good vantage point from this height, about 20 feet off the ground, to where you can kind of have a good overwatch of everything. When you start looking outside of that area, maybe like further into the forest or what have you, you can see maybe 20 or 30 feet before the density of the trees just makes it so you can't really see much further. That's going to be true wherever you stand watch, though.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay in the same place so I can see the road and
Okay.
at least have like a 50 feet around the group.
Sounds good. So go ahead and make your first perception check of the night. Cyrell, did you go ahead and go back to bed after that?
Yeah, I need more sleep. So yeah, I'm just gonna shake my head, grab my weapons, sheath it, and go back to bed.
All right.
Silly dwarf and elf.
All right, let's see. That would be a 13.
13?
13.
Okay. About an hour passes as you kind of move in towards the end of the night, not realizing just how late it was when you guys had gone to bed. It was well after midnight. You guys had woken up extremely late at night. About an hour into your watch, the storm has abated. You definitely don't see any sunlight, but you do notice everything lights up a little bit. And by that, I mean, instead of black, it's like a dark, dark gray. And you're able to see a little bit better, at which point, kind of look off towards the road, you look back towards the camp, you're just kind of keeping your eyes about you. But instead of your eyes, it's actually your ears, and you hear a very familiar getting closer, coming from the direction of the road.
You said that I was able to look in the road. How far in the road am I able to?
You can see a stretch of road about 15 or 20 feet long. You're not currently seeing what you assume are spiders. They're making the same sound as the spiders that were here earlier tonight.
Am I able to move between trees?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I can try.
The density of trees, I mean, it's certainly possible. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Like, you can't just run from one branch to another, but you can make some checks and attempt it.
You said that I can hear this little thing. How comparing to the way that I heard them before, how far would I say that they are?
120, 130 feet.
So it's farther away than what I felt before.
Yes. Yeah. The only reason you can really pick up on it is your elven senses. Elven senses are a little bit more sensitive than the rest of the party.
Okay. Can I throw something? Just like a little pebble or maybe some piece of bark to wake up Cyrell?
To wake up Cyrell? Yeah, totally. Just give me a dexterity check and add your proficiency to it.
Dexterity check. 17.
Okay.
Well,
you
proficiency then
19?
19.
Yeah. So you seeing one of the knots in the tree, you kind of fish around, you pull a little tiny rock out of it, spotting Cyrell, 20 feet down, maybe 15 feet away from the tree that you're at. You just kind of aim and you throw a rock, and it just has this beautiful curve and just bounces right off of Cyrell's chest and it hits the ground. With your passive perception, Cyrell, of a 14, that enough is enough of a jolt for you to kind of just wake up a little bit with a bit of a start. You thought you felt something on your chest and you look down, but you're fine. Instinctively, your hand is already on the hilt of your blade. But you look around, you don't really notice anything at first. You look up though, and you see Edrahel looking at you and kind of motioning you towards him.
Cyril kind of sits up, and at first he mutters under his breath, "If that silly dwarf is stuck in the tree again." And then he looks to see that Nebuchadnezzar's still asleep. Yes, he sees Edrahel, and he slowly gets up and kind of creeps toward him. What's going on?
All right.
So Edrahel is 20 feet up in the air.
Okay.
If you guys want to have a whispered conversation, you're going to either need to climb up there or keep in mind that you can't quietly communicate that far away.
Can he see me?
Mhm.
All right. So I look at him, I go like this, and then I point to his ears to see if he can hear anything.
Okay. Why don't you make a perception check for me, Cyril?
I got a 6.
Thanks.
Yes.
You don't hear anything at first. Just the rustling of trees and branches is a little too loud. You can't discern anything on top of that. You kind of look up with Edrahel like,
Can I point Cyril to another person just to wake somebody up? Like, for example, the dwarf.
yeah, so you see Edrahel kind of like pointing over at Nebuchadnezzar.
As a matter of fact, I wanna ask him to wake up everybody else, just to keep him quiet.
Okay. All right. Well, I go over to Will first, and I like kind of shake him up with my. I just motioned to him. Look out. I go over to Dala next.
Wilhelm is going to, he doesn't change out of his night clothes, but he straps a quiver onto his back and grabs a short bow.
I'm going to go to Dala next and kind of wake her up. Like, shh, I think something's outside camp. All right.
About this point, while Cyrell is heading over to Haley, you spot the spiders that you saw earlier.
Yeah.
But there's not 2 of them. There's now 5.
Okay. How big are they?
They stand maybe about 1.5 feet off the ground. If you were to say like diameter, like how much of a footprint they have, as a whole creature, they're maybe about 2 feet wide. And there's 5 of them.
I could ride that.
That's definitely an option.
Tame them,
Tame the Mirkwood spiders so that Haley can ride them.
You
please.
can go through their space, I think, because you're a small creature. Like that's something that hobbits can do and stuff.
How close are they now? How much closer?
You're spotting them now that they come into sort of your sight. They're still on the road, but they're moving from east to west like they were the previous night when they were spotted the first time. There's just more of them this time. You don't know if they know where you are or if they're coming to you. It's just a larger group moving this direction for now.
Okay.
Tyrell, you wake up Haley.
Motion, and then again whisper, "There's something outside camp."
And I slowly, like, stealthily start reaching into my bag for my breakfast.
That's
I love it.
Now that everyone's awake, as a group, I would like you guys to make a stealth check. So this is going to be an overall group check, not counting Edrahel. He's far enough away from you guys that he will make his own check. But the rest of you, we will average successes and failures. So Derek, also roll for Will, please. So Edrahel, let me know what you got on stealth.
Oh, okay. So I'm rolling too.
Yep. So roll and roll twice, Edrahel, because you have an advantage.
All right.
I got a nat 20. I'm not sure if that was
Okay,
technically
that
written
counts
on.
as 2 successes, so that's good. Sweet.
18.
Okay.
Does Will get a proficiency bonus? He doesn't have it as one of his skills.
For now, no, but let's talk more about Will in the future.
All right, sounds good.
15.
15. Okay.
Will is still groggy. He got a nat 1. I got an 18.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Nala,
okay.
what'd you get?
12.
12. And
Yeah.
Haley, what was that again?
18.
18. So as a group, you guys succeed by 1, which is really good. Joel's, Nebuchadnezzar's natural 20, and Will's natural 1. 1 counts as 2 successes, 1 counts as 2 failures, so they effectively cancel each other out. You had 1 net success, and Edrahel, your 15, was a success as well. So as a group, you notice Will is trying to get a better vantage point, and he trips and he's about to fall forward on just some armor that was left on the ground that hadn't had a time to be sort of put away or donned yet. And it was a bunch of like metal armor. And Cyrell, you're able to kind of like reach out and you actually grab the back of his shirt, and he's like Mission Impossible style about to hit the ground, and you just grab him and hold him like a foot off the ground, and he's able to kind of walk back a little bit before he can stand up, just barely stopping him from making a very loud ruckus. Edrahel, up in the tree, you press yourself against the trunk and do everything you can to make yourself blend in and not stand out. You notice the grouping of 5 spiders. They make it to the area where you guys turned off the road, and they kind of stop and they look around for a second. 2 of them continue back onto the road and move west, and then they cut off into the tree line and you don't see them. There's a grouping of 3 that leave the road where you guys did, and they're very slowly, they've kind of, they're not all like right next to each other, they're like separated a little bit. One of them is coming directly towards the camp. The other 2 are kind of going sort of around as if they were going to try and flank something.